For the 2026 Cyclocross World Championships Elite Women's Race. 6 Dutch on the start, on the front row of 8. Can they take a clean sweep? Can Lucinda Brand come back to take her World Championships? But it was Puck Pieterse who got the whole shot. And coming into this first climb, Jolanda Neff getting a good start as well on the outside, and Zoe Backstead moving through too.
It was Fouquenet with the one top rider who had the bad start, shuffled back in the pack, held up by Manon Bakker earlier on. And at this point in the race, there was just a few bike lengths opening up between the leaders and Brand. There you see Bakker defending so hard against Fouquenet to hold her back within the group.
It was Puck Pieterse, Alvarado and Brand who took the control. Jolanda Neff as well moving through. I don't know, come back to cross this season. Fast coming up as well, but it was Fouquenet taking a while to get back to this front group. Brand just struggling a little bit, but then did move to the front as Pieterse and Alvarado, those first 2 laps, just started to tell that hot pace. Brand now starting to wind things up on lap 3.
She's really forcing the pace at the beginning of lap 3, having let the 2 young guns take charge on the opening 2 laps. A very calculated opening to this World Championships. We saw battles for position all the way down, are coming together between Zemanova and Neff, just too close together before that dismount on the run-up. And this was the huge crash from Pieterse. Just got a little bit out of shape just before the bottom of that descent and went down super hard in the compression. That was the end of her fight for this world title.
But Puck Pieterse, we know how much of a fighter she is. And just as Puck Pieterse was recovering, it was then Manon Bakker's turn to hit the deck over on the barriers. This race full of incident from start to finish. We see Zoe Backstead coming through as well. Backstead just swinging in no man's land for a couple of laps and always struggling to get back onto the turn of that group fighting for third. And it was Fouquenet eventually got to that group fighting for bronze and started to lead the fight and the chase to get back to the Dutch.
Saw Sara Casasola exit the race, obviously carrying an injury. And then there was the turn of Brand to crash. She had opened up the gap to 5-6 seconds. The gap was holding to Alvarado in second, but that crash meant that Alvarado could come back to Brand, and she immediately went straight up over the top of Brand. Then we saw the coming together of Zemanova and Riberola. Probably the fault of Zemanova going up the inside when there wasn't quite enough space, but then that push from Riberola, both chains off. She was then disqualified by the commissaires for that physical contact.
Yeah, huge scrap in that group, literally in that fight for third position. But it was Brand. Only mistake so far was that over the bars, and it was quite a big mistake, but she recovered quickly and then instantly got the gap over Alvarado, and it crept slowly up. At this point, 7 seconds, as Riberola made known that she was disqualified, and the emotion getting to the Belgian champ.
Yeah, obviously got told about the disqualification. She just wanted a small, quiet spot to sit down, potentially even hit her head. Hopefully she got the medical attention that she needed after that one. But the gap between Brand and Alvarado only grew. Finally, it was Pieterse who rode out that kind of 10-15 minutes of knocked rhythm after the big crash. But it was this woman, Lucinda Brand.
Lucinda Brand taking her 2nd World Championships in an illustrious career, coming back from injury before the championships to take the start line and take the win for her 2nd champs. Celine Alvarado, 2nd position. Puck Pieterse recovering from that huge crash to take 3rd, and the Dutch leading a clean sweep. But what can you say? Lucinda Brand, that one over the bars moment. We're going to hear from Lucinda Brand, World Cup winner, and now your Elite Women's World Championship. Let's hear from her now.
Lucinda Brand, after so many wins this season, you finish it off with the world title. How does that feel?
Amazing. It's really good to, after such a great season, to also win on the most important day, like some people call it. Yeah, it's just fantastic for home crowds.
Would you also say it's a relief?
I mean, if it goes so well, of course, you also dream to win this race, of course. So, I mean, I did have the title already, so relief is maybe bigger if you wouldn't had it yet. But yeah, it's just fantastic here for all the crowds in my own country.
Does that make it more special? Because, as you said, you've already won a world championship, but this is on home soil.
Yeah, no, and also what makes it way more special is that there were a lot of people to cheer me on instead of just 5 people of staff in Ostende. So yeah, it's great.
Well, the windmill here, not grinding out the wheat in the grindstones, but Lucinda Brand really had to find some real great stone to grind the win out here today. What a ride by her. Taking down, coming down, battling. Everybody took the battle to her. The full race results will be available on the UCI website. That's www.uci.org. You can find cyclocross the discipline. And then,
after an amazing season, winner of the race today and the new UCI World Champion in the Women Elite category, winner of the gold medal and winner of the Rainbow Jersey, representing the Netherlands, Lucinda Brand.
Lucinda Brand has taken 3 bronze medals. She's taken away 4 silver medals, 2 in the last 2 years, but this year she adds her 2nd World Elite Championship title. She pulls on that rainbow jersey that really has crowned a stupendous season for the world champion. Lucinda Brand from the Netherlands is the 2026 Europa UCI Cyclocross World Champion in the Women's Elite.